Hi guys, very quickly before we start, remember to hit the subscribe button over there so you will get all the notification for the new videos to come and it keeps me going. Thank you very much. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, and today we're gonna discuss the main differences between the mechanical and the electronic shutter. My camera is a Leica Q2, so it can operate with both of them. When are we supposed to use the mechanical and when are we supposed to use the electronic shutter? Let's see it together. As per the camera manual, the first difference is with the shutter speed, meaning that the mechanical shutter operates between 120 seconds and 1/2000 of a second. While if you want to go any faster than 2000 of a second, you have to use the electronic shutter. Another difference is the noise, because when using the mechanical shutter, you will hear it, while the electronic one is completely silent. So according to the scene and the ambient when you find yourself in, you might want to have a completely silent shutter. On my Leica, you have three different options. You can choose to have the mechanical shutter only, the electronic shutter only, or the extended automatic version. So the first option that you have is to use mechanical shutter only. You will hear the leaf because they make a very smooth noise, and you will be able to shoot with a shutter speed comprised between 120 seconds and 2000 of a second. With the electronic shutter, you will be able to shoot between 1 second and 40,000 of a second. While if you're using the extended mode, which is my preferred one, the camera chooses automatically if you are shooting with the mechanical shutter, and when needed, it will switch automatically to the electronic one. Now, I wanted to show you a few examples. So now we'll take my bike and we will ride together to a very sunny part of the city, which is the English Bay. So the mechanical shutter has been there for decades. We all know how it works. We are so accustomed to hear the noise, so we can hear how long and we know if it was fast enough or not. But what are the goods and the bads of the electronic shutter? The goods, of course, is that you can shoot wide open even in a sunny day and have the bokeh effect that you are willing to have. The bads is basically only the rolling shutter. So if you know the limitations of one and the other, then it's gonna be very easy for you to choose between the two of them according to what situations you find yourself in. I set my camera on the extended automatic mode because I know that if I'm shooting up to 1/2000 of a second, I'm gonna have the mechanical shutter, and if it's any faster than that, I know that the electronic shutter will kick in, so I tend to be very careful and try to avoid the rolling shutter. But apart from the shutter speed, why are you supposed to switch in between the two? Easier said than done. If you want to shoot wide open with f1.7, which is the max aperture that I can have on my camera, of course, with this sunny day, you will find yourself using the electronic shutter, because otherwise that would not be fast enough. So with street photography, I hardly have that problem because I'm using f8 to f11, so there are only few times when I'm so fast then I'm switching to the electronic shutter. But if you want to shoot wide open with this sunny day, in order to have a bokeh effect, meaning a shallow depth of field and only the foreground in focus while you want to have that bokeh effect on the background, then you will have to use the electronic shutter. the max f aperture of my camera is f1.7. So here I'm showing you a few different examples of exactly the same frame shot with the mechanical shutter at f4, f5.6, f8, and the same scene shot wide open at f1.7 with the electronic shutter down to 1/10,000 of a second. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't see, honestly, the reason why you have to go that fast, because if you want to tell a story, you want to have a narrow depth of field, you want to have many elements defined and in focus. But anyway, another thing that you want to consider when shooting that fast with the electronic shutter is that you will have a rolling shutter. So if you're shooting following a moving subject, you will have some distortions in the picture because the electronic shutter leads you to have that rolling shutter that we want to avoid all the time. So this is why for street photography we mainly go with mechanical shutter. We are never so fast, so there's no problem at all, and we gain a broad depth of field and many elements well defined and sharp. So let's see together a few more examples I shot with the electronic and with the mechanical shutter. If you're shooting stills, you probably won't notice any difference, but I tend to use the mechanical more often because I want to hear it. So at least I know if it's fast enough. Even before checking the picture, if I hear the shutter, I know if my subject is gonna have any motion blur or not. I hope you enjoyed the ride and the examples, and if you got any value out of this video, please remember to like it, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye.